everyone. Welcome to Diet Talk with dietitian Michelle, your food expert. Today is another Tuesday on Diet Talk. And as usual, as always, this is a diet program where we talk about food and how food affects our health, either positively or negatively. I am Michelle Omeadi. Feel free to call me Dietitian Michelle or short form DM. Anyhow, I've told you that Michelle is known by many names: Acha woman, Tamba woman, Meche, Mitchell, anyone. Just feel free. I don't have any problem with how you call me. As long as I know you are talking to me, you're looking for me, you're calling me, I will always answer. I'm here for you. Let's talk about nutrition. So today on Diet Talk, are you happy to have me back? I am happy to be here. Now, question number 1. Somebody said that when she takes Tamba, she knows that Michelle is Tamba woman now. So she said that when she takes Tamba, she gets constipated and she's not able to move her bowel. What should be done, or what she should do because of that situation? And then when I asked her, how much water do you take? She said she doesn't even take water. She said, I'm not a water person. So I said, that is a problem. That is where the problem is coming from, because Tamba is rich in fiber. And if you're taking food rich in fiber, you need to take lots of water, you need to take lots of fluid to help your system, all right, to digest it so that you don't get constipated. So you need to take, I always advise you, 2.5 to 3 liters of water. Is that too much? I don't think so, because when I give you soft drink now, 5 liters, you will finish it. But when I say drink water, you say it's too much. Don't worry, just trust that Michelle on this. I need you to start drinking as much fluids as possible, 2.5 to 3 liters, so that whenever you use the restroom, your urine should be colorless. That is, even if it's not going to be colorless, it should be very light. It shouldn't be thick and smelling. That's just an indication that your kidneys, your organs are suffering. So I advise her to start taking much water. Take 2.5 liters of water, and then possibly add little milk to her Tamba when she's taking, and that may help that constipation issue. That was question number 1 that came to Daisha Michelle. Now, another question that also came. Another question for Daisha Michelle, the one that I really want to talk about is even the one about stroke. Foods, healthy foods, what is recommended for the prevention and the management of that condition. Now, I'd like you to know that diet only is not enough for the management of stroke. I beg you, so that you will not say, Daisha Michelle said, and you now stop taking your medication. It doesn't work that way. It requires what they call multidisciplinary approach. So it's a co-management issue. If you leave medications and focus only on diet, you won't get better. And if you focus on diet and leave medication, you will still not see results. So you have to take everything. Listen to your doctor, take your prescription. I am begging you now, take your prescriptions as prescribed by your doctor. Then when it comes to diet, also take your diet as prescribed by your dietitian. If you don't have one, Daisha Michelle is available for a grab. You know where to find me, don't you? Crispin Suits and Event Center. That is where my clinic is. You will find me there, and I'll be very happy to work with you, help you plan that structured diet that can help you see results. So, general guidelines for the prevention of stroke or even the management of stroke is, in fact, the major nutrient of concern here is fat, then highly refined carbohydrate. These are the 2 things you should run away from. So fat in excess, so that you don't say you will not cook with fat anymore, you won't cook with oil. No, you cook with oil in moderation. Usually 5 to 7 teaspoons. That is what I recommend. So we are able to plan your diet so that you will not be taking too much oil. So fat is a major nutrient of concern that should be taken in moderation. So you are looking out for foods that are low in fat and oil. For those who like organ meat, organ meat, all those shaki, momo, kayan, chiki, brain, nkwabi, all those enjoyment food, they are rich in cholesterol. So the fat content, saturated fat, is very high. So if you have a family history of stroke, if you have a family history of hypertension, if you have heart conditions, those are the kinds of meat you should run away from. And do you know one misconception? Some people say that I have stopped taking red meat. I don't eat red meat. Daisha Michelle, Samson, I have stopped eating red meat. I don't eat red meat. What do you eat? They will not tell you that they eat gizzard. From frying pan to fire. They now eat gizzard. You left red meat and you went to gizzard. That is an organ meat. Why? I don't know, maybe you should tell me why. But all I am saying is that organ meat for people with heart conditions, it's not a good idea at all because of the high fat content. High saturated fat content is something you should, even if you're going to take it, maybe occasionally you just find it in your food, no problem. Or you go for a wambe and they serve you and there is shaki inside, you can eat that one. But for you to make it regular intake, I beg you, listen to me and listen well. It's not a good idea. Go for your lean meat. White meat, they are better. And even when you want to buy beef, tell them to trim off those white particles, the white fats there. You want lean meat. In fact, even if you want to buy your beef, tell them you want the part that is closer to the muscles. Those ones are somehow whitish, so because the fat content is not high. That is how to buy your beef. For those with heart conditions, avoid organ meat. That is a good thing you will do for yourself. Then other ways to reduce or cut down fat from your food. I said something like groundnut soup. You know, we like groundnut soup here very well. I've forgotten the name they told me. I asked them for the name in house and they told me, but now I have forgotten again. Pardon me. But I know it as groundnut soup. That groundnut soup is good for someone who is underweight because of the fat content and the protein content. But someone who has a heart condition and who is overweight, who is trying to lose weight like that, Michelle, we don't take our own groundnut soup like that. So do you know what we do? We extract the oil. You have to remove the oil from the groundnut before you now make your paste. And if that is stressful for you to do, don't worry. When you come to CNC Diet Shop, we have solutions for you. Do you know we have defatted peanut paste that you can use to make your own groundnut soup? The oil is already extracted. I just hope that they still have some, because chefs, all these diet chefs that we've been training, they've been ordering and buying. So, but just when you know you can't do that by yourself, it's stressful. Like you want to eat high protein soup, groundnut soup, go for the defatted one. We have that at the diet shop. And then even for our egusi, do you know how we make our own? We also defat, we also extract the oil so that the oil is not too much in the soup. So I gave that response and they were very happy. I mean, they were wondering. So we have solutions like this and we can still enjoy our food. And then do you know another thing that made them excited? When I told them that you can also make your egusi from tofu. Tofu is awara. You remember awara? That is made from soybean, which is very nutritious. The first time my sister tasted that soup, she was swearing, saying people are lying. Daisha Michelle, you and your chefs are lying. This thing is egusi. And we say it's not egusi, madam. Are we not the dietitians? This is not egusi. This is tofu, 100% tofu. So these are creative ways that you can help yourself to live long. And if you're also wondering where you can get the frozen tofu that you can use to make your awara or even plant meat, CNC Diet Shop. I think I have not been saying a lot about what we do and what we have, because we focus more on packaging this and we are shipping them out. They are going to Lagos, they are going to Port Harcourt, and then when I come to Diet Talk, I'm just answering questions and then I forget to tell you about these things that you can get and make things easy for you. So you can get defatted peanut paste, which is granite. You can also get defatted egusi. You can even get tofu to use and make your egusi. And peradventure you get there and they tell you it's finished, place your order. Tell them that Aisha Michelle told you will find this here. Place your order and insist the process and get it available for you. We talk about diet, we talk about food. So now is the interesting part for me when I get to answer your questions on diet and diet related matters. So the phone line is open. You can call and ask your question.
Good evening, Dr. Michelle.
Good evening. That's my name. How are you doing?
Fine.
Great.
This is Mr. John from Ilan.
You're welcome to the program.
Please, when you were explaining something about white meat, you didn't tell us exactly how to understand it.
Oh, and lean meat, right? Yes. Okay, all right, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for drawing my attention to that. So when we say lean meat, it means meat that has little fat. So we have fatty meats that are high in fat. So like the organ meat I mentioned, we classify as dietitians, we classify them under the fatty meat. But the lean meats are meats that don't have too much fat inside. So like what I explained now, when you go to buy beef, the part that is close to the muzzle, then they will tell you you're buying lean meat. So lean meat means the fat content is not high. That is just what it means. Do you understand? Then for white meats, when you cut it, inside, they say the blood is not red. So when the blood is not red, then that means it's white. Example is our chicken. Chicken is white meat, and turkey is white meat. Can you think of any other white meat? Please help Daisha Michelle at this point, but I hope I have explained that for those with heart conditions, we recommend they go more on plant proteins and then white meat and not fatty meat. So that is the whole idea. I hope I have answered you. If you're still there, I'd like to hear from you if you're clear about this explanation on lean meat and white meat. This particular question now, where Daisha Michelle, you don't enter. I'll say good evening, ma. I don't know if eating of dog and pig meat is bad. Hey, I'll have to go and do research. I'll have to go and research that one about dog meat. But I know that pig meat has its own plus, it has its own minus. Pig meat is high in fat, so we classify it under fatty meat. If the person eating it does not have a heart condition and is not overweight, then that is not going to be a problem. If you're underweight or you have a normal weight and you don't eat too much, that is fine. It's okay. You can eat that. And then let me also say something. There's a nutrient called thiamine, and pork. Okay, yes, you call it pig meat, pork, all of them is actually the richest source of that nutrient thiamine. Interestingly, I just don't know why, but when we were in school, we were taught that is the highest source of thiamine. So it's not all that bad. That is the good thing or the good side of the pork. But like I have said, because it's fatty, because of the fat content, for someone who has a heart condition or someone who is overweight, they just stay clear. All right. And then if you don't have any of these conditions, then no problem, you can eat. Concerning the dog meat, I may have to find out, so maybe get back to you. I just hope I remember. Next episode I'll be able to rest. Someone is asking again, good evening, Dr. Michelle, how does one prepare soya bean soup? Soya bean soup, just the way you make your egusi. If you know how to make egusi, that is how you make it. The only difference is that this time around you're using awara. You're going to have to pound it. You're going to have to pound the cakes to be able to achieve that. And it looks just like egusi, and you make your egusi soup. It comes out very delicious. So if you know how to prepare the awara first, then that is how you can now take it to the next step by making your soybean soup. If you don't know how to do that, then walk into diet shop and buy your frozen awara. We call it tofu anyway. That is the funny name for it, and we prefer that. So we call it tofu. Just tell them you want tofu to use and make your own egusi. Rich in protein. The protein content of this soup will be much higher than the protein content you get when you make egusi. So if you have an underweight child, this is a better soup for them. If you have an underweight child, this proteinous soup from soybean is better for that child. So that is what I encourage you to make. I think I have also remembered another question that somebody asked me. Somebody asked, please, my question about white meat. What of cow head? Does it include it? Cow head, no follow. Cow head is red now. The color of the blood is not red. And then it's now even cow head, gong, that has a lot of fats. When you cook it, what do you see there? It's not fat, that's sediment on top. So that is something that I need you to know. Cow meat is not among the white meat we are talking about. When you cut it, it has to be white. So rabbit, yes, is white meat. Turkey is white meat. Pigeon, if you eat pigeon, is white meat. Quail is white meat. Chicken is white meat. So that is the whole idea about white meat. Yes, hello.
Hello, my dear. Good evening, ma.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. It's Anne from Apata.
Anne, you're welcome.
Thank you. How is the work and family?
We are fine, thank you.
Well done. Please, my dear, I have a little question on this tofu egusi soup. The soya bean oil. You say it's the way we do egusi soup. Do I grind the soya beans and then use awara as meat, or do I do the awara separate?
You do the awara. Do you know how to make awara?
No, I can buy.
Good. So when you have bought this awara, You just because awara is like cake now, so that you'll be able to fry it. And also, you just put it inside mortar and then a little bit to scatter it, so that it will be like egusi. That is all. Then after you have made your meat stock and put your okporoko, bobo tibo and everything, your palm oil, you now pour that your awara that you have pieces. Add your green.
I don't need to fry. I don't need to grind another bean.
No, nothing. You don't need to grind. No. You don't need to do that. Amen.
God bless. I will try it.
Yes, I know you will.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. So somebody is asking me, good evening, ma. Does taking too much of sugarcane has any effect? Okay, we're asking if sugarcane has any effect on the body system. Allah is like, I'm addicted to sugarcane. Oh my God. Too much of everything is bad. If you know Daisha Michelle very well, I would definitely tell you that too much of everything is bad. Even too much water self can be bad sometimes. So I would advise you to take in moderation and let it also count as your source of sugar for the day. Now, if we say take 5 to 7 cubes of sugar in a day and you eat 1 bucket of sugar cane, you have already gotten much more than you need. Now, it may be natural, but too much is still not good for you, especially if you're even underweight. So the problem is that you might not feel like there's something wrong, because after eating you feel good, you feel satisfied, but you're overworking your organs that will have to process and digest these things. So please, I will advise you 1 or 2 sticks is okay in a day, and then let it count as your sugar for the day. Yes, hello.
Good evening. Hi today.
Very fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Fine, thank you.
Thank you, madam. Please, I'm calling from your town.
You're welcome. What do you have?
Please, there's a question I want to ask. I eat a lot of much chicken. So does this chicken cause arthritis in the leg?
Arthritis?
Yes, arthritis.
If chicken causes arthritis?
Yes.
Well, scientists up to now don't even know the cause of arthritis. There are many things that they don't know the cause, but I would advise you not to take too much. All right?
Okay.
So if you already know you're taking too much chicken, I would advise so, because even if the problem is not arthritis, there are many other things that can arise by eating too much. The fat content. What about your heart? Are you not bothered about your heart? So I would advise you to eat everything moderately. And when we say moderately, it also varies. It might be 90 grams for somebody else, 150 grams for another person, 180 grams for another person. So work within this range every day. All right?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
I love you for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I love you too.
God
Bye.
bless you. God bless you.
Someone is asking, good evening, ma'am. Can someone with high sugar level take alcohol? Hi, this particular question we require Michelle to dedicate 2 episodes to explain. I want to understand that this question means someone who is diabetic. Can the person take alcoholic drink? The answer to this question is yes, and the answer is no at the same time, because it depends. When I say no, some people will take this alcohol and they will take too much. And do you know something about alcohol? Let me explain something now. For example, when you take soft drink that contains 10 cubes of sugar, soft drink that contains 10 cubes of sugar as a diabetic patient, you know what will happen naturally? Your sugar will go up. Right? Your sugar will go up. That is the normal response to that high amount of sugar. Interestingly, when you now take alcohol, instead of the sugar to go up, the sugar will go down. Why? Because the body tends to work so hard to be able to digest and process that. And then do you know what? Some diabetics now came up to say, oh wow, that means it's a good idea then. If alcohol is going to make the sugar to go low, that means alcohol is good for someone that is diabetic. But guess what? They now end up in coma. That is the problem. They now end up in coma, they now get into trouble, they now get into complications. It affects the functioning of their medications. It affects sometimes the liver, the kidneys, and so it becomes a problem. So the best thing for you, if you're diabetic, is don't take alcohol. But if you must take alcohol, work with your dietitian so that it's factored into your diet and you are told the right portion, the right quantity you can take. And even with that, you need to still monitor your sugar level. you need to still monitor your sugar level, because for someone, the diet can be planned, alcohol is factored in, the person is taking their medications and everything is fine. For another person, you check your sugar level and you see that your system just does not want alcohol as diabetic, then you have to stop. So I hope I have answered your question. So it's a two-way response. So I will advise you then other ways to reduce or cut down fat from your food. I said something like groundnut soup. You know, we like groundnut soup here very well. I've forgotten the name they told me. I asked them for the name in house and they told me, but now I have forgotten again. Pardon me. But I know it as groundnut soup. That groundnut soup is good for someone who is underweight because of the fat content and the protein content. But someone who has a heart condition and who is overweight, who is trying to lose weight like Dietitian Michelle, we don't take our own groundnut soup like that. So do you know what we do? We extract the oil. You have to remove the oil from the groundnut before you now make your paste. And if that is stressful for you to do, don't worry. When you come to CNC Diet Shop, we have solutions for you. Do you know we have defatted peanut paste that you can use to make your own groundnut soup? The oil is already extracted. I just hope that they still have some, because chefs, all these diet chefs that we've been training, they've been ordering and buying. So, but just when you know you can't do that by yourself, it's stressful, like you want to eat high protein soup, groundnut soup, go for the defatted one. We have that at the Diet Shop. And then even for our egusi, do you know how we make our own? We also defat, we also extract the oil so that the oil is not too much in the soup. So to tell you how much you should eat. So for someone who is diabetic, if I ask you how much carbohydrate do you eat every day and you don't know, you're already getting yourself into trouble. Because as a diabetic patient, you need to know that the dietitian has placed me on 150 grams of carbohydrate. Is it working or it's not working? Or the dietitian has placed me on 180 grams of carbohydrate. Is it working or it's not? Or I have been placed on 200 grams of carbohydrate. So can you see? You need to know how much carbohydrates you are eating, because now I have told you that sweet potato is okay for someone who is diabetic, but sweet potato is also a source of carbohydrates. If you take too much and you obtain too much carbohydrates, that can still be a problem. Tomorrow you say, but Aisha Michelle said I can eat sweet potato, but I was listening to Aisha Michelle's program and she said sweet potato is good. I have told you it's good, but I have also told you that it's important that your diet is quantified for someone who is diabetic. Even beans, that some of you say is protein. Beans is not protein, no, it's carbohydrate. And if you take too much, your sugar level can still go high. So please, if you're diabetic or you know someone who is diabetic, tell them Dietitian Michelle said they need to work with a dietitian and have their diet calculated and planned to know exactly how to go about their diet. Hello?
This is Joy from Angwanjarawa.
Oh, Joy, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you. If I eat food, the food don't use to digest.
The food
I don't know why.
don't use to digest.
Yes.
How do you know that it does not digest? You don't move your bowel, you don't use the restroom.
My belly will just
Your belly will be strong.
Yes,
Oh.
because I have pile.
Oh no, sorry about that. Have you seen the doctor? Have you consulted your physician?
Yes.
You have, and they are treating you. They are giving you medication for this.
Yes.
Oh no, sorry about that. So you may want to look for foods that are not high in fiber. You're looking for bland foods that will be very easy for your system to digest. All right. For now, for this period that you're in this condition, so you may want to try pap. Pap might be good for you. Acha will be good for you. All right. Yes. So these are the kind of easy. So you can make acha pudding. You can make jollof acha. You can make withh acha. You can make things like Irish potato. Those are the things that will work for it. Stay away from things like bread. When I mean bread and everything that has to do with bread. Everything that has to do with flour. Run away from it for now until you feel better. I hope this helps.
Like acha and pap.
You're now getting free consultation. Won't you come and see Dietitian Michelle? You are writing down, Abby. Anyway, collect is your luck. I said acha, Irish potato, pap, all these Guinea corn pap, pap. Yes, these are things that will work for you. Go to acha. Irish potato will also be soft for you. I can't remember everything now, but this is just the few that I can remember that would help you. So stay away from bread, stay away from refined foods.
Okay, what about something that I can drink?
Something you can drink, like what?
Drink.
Soft drinks?
No, like I know I can drink water.
You can drink Zobo. Try Zobo. Zobo will be good for you.
Okay.
Yes. Wow. I've got lots of questions on WhatsApp. All right. Thank you, and I wish you quick recovery. Let me respond to as many questions as I can. Good evening, Ma. You just said that beans is not protein, but when I was growing during Christmas, you were not the only one that was told that beans is protein. I also grew up knowing that. I was also told that. So the whole idea now is that for dietitians, we classify food based on the highest nutrient contained. So when I say that beans is not protein, it doesn't mean that beans does not contain protein. It's a plant source of protein, but it contains more carbohydrate than protein. So if you have 1 cup of beans, or let me say if you have 100 grams of beans, 60 to 65% is carbohydrate. Then you have 20 to 25% as protein. So do you understand? Now, as dietitians, when we are planning diet, we don't plan the diet to say, oh, this is all protein. No, we plan the diet bearing in mind that it contains more carbohydrate than protein, but it's still a rich source of protein. At least it will give you more protein than rice will give you. To give you more protein than noodles, it will give you more protein than pasta. So when you choose to eat beans, you're still making a good choice. But I just want you to have this understanding that when you eat too much of the beans that you think is protein as a diabetic, your sugar level can still go high. All I am saying is you need us to help you plan and calculate to tell you how much you should eat. Okay, so now this another question that says, is all chicken, because there is agric and local chicken, please, are they the same? Okay, so you're asking if local chicken and agric, whether they are the same. They are not the same now. Maybe we all know that the agric one, they give them injection, right? We give them artificial things, but the local chicken, those ones are local chicken. So if you can, I would advise you to do more of the local chicken. If not, then eat your agric chicken in moderation. Dietitian Michelle, please, from the age of 60 years, can he take eggs? Okay, maybe you're asking for someone you're related with. Yeah, there's no problem with taking eggs. From the age of 60, egg is a good source of protein, so you can enjoy your eggs. But if the person is hypertensive or has a heart condition, you should also put that into consideration. I would recommend something like, if you're going to take 2 eggs, then remove the yolk from 1 so that you don't take more than 1 egg yolk, if that is your main source of protein. If not, for someone who is 60 years, eggs is okay. It's protein. It's good for children. It's good for adults. Just eat in moderation. The one that I have problem with is when you pack 5 eggs or 6 eggs and fry. You're now cutting it like yam. That is when there is a problem. Somebody is laughing, and I'm very sure he's guilty. When you have 5, you know egg now, you will not be cutting it as if it's yam you are cutting. That is where you have a problem. But when you take 1 or 2 eggs, it's fine. And for someone who has a heart condition, remove the egg yolk and you are very fine. Okay, I think I have answered the person who asked me about sweet potato, and I said yes, it can be taken, but still, if you're diabetic, you need to see dietitians to help you plan your diet properly. Okay, so that is that about the questions that I have on WhatsApp. If you're still there and you want to call now, you can join the conversation. Yes, hello.
Good evening, Dad. Yeah.
Good evening.
Thank you very much. This is Adewumi calling from Boto.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
You see, I have a question on this meat. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
In as much as meat has so much nutrients and it's important for the body.
Mm.
Now, like the red meat, how often can one eat the red meat? Looking at the white meat, like the chicken meat and others, there are people that cannot afford it sometimes. You understand? But there are those that on daily basis, they usually take red meat. So how often can one take the red meat? Maybe in a day, or let's assume a week. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much, Adewumi. You always ask very good questions. So talking about this red meat, it depends on the health conditions. It depends on the health status of the person who is eating the red meat. But I will even be very happy to share with you my own family meal plan, especially for red meat. We eat red meat once in a week in my house, which is only on the days that we swallow. That is how we eat that, because science or studies have even shown that too much of that is not good. So we eat it in moderation, and that is our own definition of moderation. So, but if you're asking for someone who takes too much, every single day you eat red meat, then it's still not good for the system, especially for men above 40 years. We're talking about how to care for your prostate. Then you need to reduce your intake of red meat. You need to reduce your intake of red meat and organ meat, especially for men. But for children, that will not be a problem for them because they are still growing. For someone who is underweight, that would still not be a problem. So for Daisha Michelle, I always stick with moderation. Moderation is key. So this is what I do. On Mondays, we do eggs. On Tuesday, we do fish. On Wednesday, we take chicken. On Thursday, we take fish. On Friday, we take beef. On Saturday, I try to tell them, let's go vegetarian, but it's still not working, but I'm trying. On Saturdays, we say, oh, let's not eat any form of meat or fish. Let's just go eat just beans or eat fio. Or do you even know what fio is? It's called pigeon pea in English. Check the diet shop, you'll find it there. So on Saturdays, I try to make them understand that we can actually do without meat. I'm still trying to achieve that in my house. When I do, I will let you know and you rejoice with me. And that is the day that I encourage them. Let's try plant protein like awara. So we fry awara, mix it with pepper, and that serves as our protein. Or we take bean pottage, gari, and kulikuli. And CNC also has very nice kulikuli that you want to try with your gari. We have lots of things though. I just keep remembering from time to time. So that is what we do on Saturdays. And yes, on Sundays now, we have to take rice and chicken. So can you see, when we say moderation, it's simple, it's easy. What I have listed to you now is what is moderation. And this is me telling you about my own diet plan for my family. So if as a dietitian, I work with diet plan, then you will sit down, you don't even have diet plan, you don't have family plan, you don't have it, you just sit down and you'll get, what are we going to eat today? Just cook noodles. What are we going to oh, there's pasta, just cook it. You are going to be taking too much refined foods. Your food is not planned. Do you know why we take fish twice in a week? Because to meet your nutrient needs, to meet omega-3 fatty acid nutrient needs, you need to take 90 to 180 grams of fish in a week. So everything is intentional. If you need help, please come to us. We'll be very happy to help you. Walk to our clinic and say, I want a family plan for my house. I want a plan for my children. And we are very intentional when we are planning this diet to ensure that your meal is balanced. I talked a lot today about how to achieve balanced diet, and the listeners were very happy. This is also an opportunity to tell you that call Daisha Michelle for your guest speaking. Now you'll be very happy to have me around. Your audience will be happy to listen to hear from Daisha Michelle. So when are you organizing that next program or event? Call Daisha Michelle. I'll be very happy to show as a guest speaker. That will be all for today on Diet Talk with Daisha Michelle. And if you'd like to consult us, you can send a message. Say, I want to speak with a dietitian. Book a consultation for me with a dietitian. 0708 987 3497. 0708 987 3497. We have a second line. You can also reach or send a message 0904 675 8079. 0904 675 8079. And we'll be very happy to work with you. Thank you for joining me today on Diet Talk with Daisha Michelle. Thank you and God bless you.